You're about to watch part 1 of this long marathon video of 3 mystery shears. I had 3 grooming shears sent to me by a sharpener, and Bruce was helping me, and we had quite an ordeal with these. I'm not going to tell you whether we fixed them or not. You'll just have to watch. We have mystery shears today. I have 3 pairs of shears that were sent to me by a sharpener, and they're having problems with them. They're grooming shears. And I have Jeff here today.
Hi.
Who's been sharpening all of 2 days with us, but he's been doing advanced sharpening training, because you've been sharpening how many years doing knives?
Just about a year or so doing knives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been sharpening for a while. So when he goes back, he's going to say, I've been sharpening for a while, but I'm starting a new route in this area, which is the proper thing to say when you get out there.
Okay.
So these are 3 shears, and she sent me a letter. It's a husband and wife team. I think it's husband and wife and a son that are doing this sharpening. And there's a Kenchi, a thinner, and a scorpion. So the Kenchi, she says, is catching at the tip and folding hair toward the bottom of the shears. It depends on which way you're holding them. The thinners, it says they're cutting well, maybe a little pull after 4 or 5 times. And the scorpions, last 1.5 inches, it pulls hair. Tell us what we did wrong if possible. So I don't know if I can fix them. We're going to look at them together, because this is great experience for you, because
Yes, it is.
this is what you're going to get. So the thinners, I'm looking at those first, because I was going to leave these to last. But I'm thinking, and just looking at them, I'm feeling like burr to the outside. I'm wondering if we can just take that burr off the outside, and if that will fix them. Rod line looks a little wiped out there too. But you don't ever know what this sharpener did or the sharpener before them did.
Yeah.
So are you feeling some burr on the outside?
Oh, yes.
So I wonder if those might be an easy fix. Maybe we can just knock that burr off the outside. Magic nail buffer.
Yep.
Let's get some hair that we can test him on. I don't know, I guess this might do. So let's do before and after.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely pulling. Okay, so try the magic nail buffer and see if that fixes it. Always less is more. Want to try the least thing. And we're only needing to work really the outside. We might have to go back to the machine and take the outside burr off. But I'm feeling it. You have to feel with your fingers. And you remember, it's tension edge alignment that makes a shear cut. You see how he's working with the nail buffer? Tension edge alignment. So the tension felt right. Then I checked the edge, and that's when I felt the you feel that?
It's better.
But you still feel a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, maybe it's just me, my fingers rounding up. But it's definitely better than it was.
Yeah, I still feel some.
Okay.
Now, this is the white. This always say use the gray side. This one is 1,000 grit.
Okay.
I'm just going to go over it lightly. Can you see how I'm doing this? You can kind of hear it a little bit, but it's still pretty smooth. And then I'm always pulling it toward the edge, and then last inside. I feel a little bit right there at the tip, but the rest of it's gone. So you have to create a burr and you have to remove a burr. So I feel a burr on the inside there. But it doesn't feel that sharp though. Okay. We might need to change the angle on it. Feel it and see if it doesn't feel smoother to you now.
Much smoother.
Okay, let's see how it cuts now. Definitely better. It still pulls a little bit, but that's definitely better. Let's try it on some, should we try it on some rabbit fur over there? A little bit of a pull, but oh man, those cut a whole lot better than what they did, didn't they?
Yes.
But I said I still felt a burr at the tip.
Okay.
Just hold
Yep.
that a second. I'm going to go over that tip once more. I might even go to the 320 grit. Now, I never use that on the inside, just on the
Just
outside.
outside? Okay.
Yeah. Back to this. So I've created a little bit of toothiness
Yep.
on that tip. See, that ride line looks a little suspect there on that tip. But let's see if that fixed it. Still pulling a little bit. That ride line looks a little mushy. But you see how that tip just sort of goes down. So I'm thinking when they sharpened it, and I'm saying they, it could be the person before, when they came across here, they lifted up too much. So let's say this was the plate. When they came here, they lifted up too much.
Mm-hmm.
So that this, now that tip is sort of going that way.
That would make sense.
So if we were to fix it, we're going to fix it by taking off a little bit behind that, so that it's a gradual movement down to the
Okay.
tip. So we could just re-sharpen this and go through it everything again, which I might let you do after we do these other two shears.
Okay.
And then test it. But I think at this point, I would probably give it back to the customer and say, hey, check it now and see how it is. They may be satisfied with it because it's definitely 100% better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a slight pull at the tip. All right, let's look at the other shears. So you're looking at the Love Kenchis
Yes.
that she said they're catching at the tip.
And I did test it, and like I said, they're catching about 3/4.
So it's tension edge alignment. So tension seems okay.
Tension seems okay, yep.
Let's take a look at the edge. I'm feeling for, I guess I need to be up here. I'm feeling for burrs. I'll let y'all look at it with me here. Once again, I see a little bit of a
dip.
Yeah, a dip
yeah.
right here, yeah. You see the dip down? Which makes me think maybe they're lifting up a little bit too much when they get into the tip. I'm not seeing it on this side. Oh, well, this side they probably didn't sharpen. This is
That's
the
serrated.
serrated side.
Yep.
So they probably left that alone. And I'm feeling a burr on the inside of the serrated side.
Okay.
So what I would do first, so you said it's,
About the last 3/4 of an inch. It's catching.
oh yeah. I'm thinking this is an alignment issue. But before I do the alignment, I'm going to go over the serrated side with a ceramic. And I'm just kind of pulling up a new edge there. There's a little bit of a... And I know some companies, they just go ahead and take all the serration off. Yeah, there's something going on with that serrated side. Can you see? It looks like some nicks or
there's
something.
something right, yep, right there.
Yeah. I normally would use the nail buffer on the inside, but I'm thinking since this has got a pretty prominent burr that I was feeling, I'm going with my ceramic, which is harder. And always if you push something on metal on one side, I'm still feeling burr there. You want to check the other side and make sure you haven't pushed burr on the other side. And just that little thing here actually created a burr. I'm still feeling like my nails catching there. All right, stranger things have happened. I don't think this fixed it, but stranger things have happened. Nah, it didn't do anything. It's not cutting anywhere. Feels sharp. I think we're just going to go through and sharpen it like we normally would and see what happens. Rod line looks good. The edge doesn't look... I don't see anything excessively wrong with it, do you?
No, I didn't.
We'll take it apart. We're going to check the alignment first, and then we'll just sharpen it like a regular shear. I would hate to have to take this serration off and put it back on. So let's take a look at the other one. Other one says the last 1.5 inches pulls hair. And once again, it is serrated. I'm not feeling any burrs on the inside. Not feeling any burrs on the outside. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, it definitely doesn't. So I'm thinking maybe both of these are out of alignment. So we're going to check them. This might be a good time for me to demonstrate the alignment tool that Dennis Brooks made, which is, I haven't really used it yet. Where did I put it? Here we go. So Dennis made this and we sell it. I haven't put it on my website yet. And I don't do that many long shears that need this extra width here. But this thing lights up. Let me get down here where y'all can see it. This thing lights up and you can drill it, screw it down to your bench. This is what I normally use. But you see this blade is so long. I'm thinking this might be a better tool to use. And it works well if you've got if you're working off a bench. Hand me one of the microfiber cloths. If you're working off a bench, but it's not good for those of us that are going in the salon sharpening because it's a little bit more awkward and larger. It's a little bit of a space there, but not much. So when I squeeze over the pivot,
Bring it down towards me a little bit because you can't.
This way?
No, turn the whole thing towards me a little bit.
oh,
There you
this-
go. Whoa, too much.
too much right there.
Hey, that's better.
That look good? So when I squeeze here, I see a little bit of light here, but it doesn't look too bad. Let's see what the other blade looks like. And I clean it off because I don't want it dirty. So I'm not in a position to see, but can you see? Does it look like it's maybe the tips up in the air or something?
There's a gap in the center.
Right here?
Yeah, like the whole thing.
Like the whole
Almost,
thing?
yeah. Even when you push down, there's still
Oh yeah, there's like,
there, and
like all
then
the way,
the
like
last-
all the way here.
like a little bit. Yep. Like it touches here, but there's a gap right there also.
There's a gap right here
Yeah.
too. Usually the rod line will kind of tell you, move that out of the way. Usually the rod line will kind of tell you if you've got some alignment issues. So, because it'll be wide and narrow and wide and narrow.
Right.
But I'm not seeing anything. Well, maybe that rod line's thin here. And something's going on there. So, I don't know. Let me go ahead and take a look at the other one. while we got this set up here. Can you see where we
Yep.
need to be?
Yep, I'm good.
All right, so this is the Kenchi Love. Okay,
Okay.
can you see better than I can?
Yes, I can.
What are you seeing?
The last probably 2.5 inches, there's a gap.
Oh, really?
All
Here?
the way from about here all the way to almost to the tip.
Okay. You got to see the new checker for alignment that that we'll have it on our I'll put it on the website. We'll have it where you can drop ship it. It is magnetic. Look, it's catching things for me.
At least now you know where they are.
Yeah, I know what they are. And this is just a very sensitive touch. See, I'm gonna let you sharpen these like you normally would.
Okay.
Then we'll check them again, and then we'll come back and let everybody see how they cut afterwards.
How we
Just
did,
doing
right.
nothing but just sharpening.
Okay.
And if that fixes it, then there's something that they're doing a little bit wrong in just the normal steps of sharpening.
Okay.
And when you're working on just that section, you want to make sure that the blade, you're doing it right. I'm talking for the video.
Okay.
You want to make sure that the blade is not touching on the outside of the wheel. It's only touching on the, in other words, we don't want it to be touching out here. We want it to be touching in there. Yeah.
Step back here, another smooth one.
So you're just gingerly working your way down there. So what we decided while the camera was off, that these are the level 1 shears. So we're going to put a bevel edge on it instead of a convex, and just it's not there yet.
Not quite yet, nope. But it's not as curved down either.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're getting there.
Take your time in getting to it because that's the area that didn't cut.
Right.
I know the people that sharpen this are using the same equipment that you're using. But you can see how if maybe they followed behind another sharpener, it took too much off at the tip, and they just followed the line of the radius of the blade rather than trying to rework it like you're doing.
Not yet. Like it's still just
Not there yet.
not yet there yet. Or maybe should I go to a more aggressive?
That's what I'm wondering. Maybe you need to go to more
more
aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's pretty worn. That's a worn 800.
Yep. Mark that
Maybe a 600 or
one. 600. Oh, I got 400 here. Or
you got a 400 and it's a worn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'll work.
And you're using a flat plate
Flat plate,
because we've decided we're gonna bevel them.
Yep.
And the reason we're beveling them is that these are the low end scissors, and we know they don't cut, and we just want to get them to cut. And you slow down when you get it right about there. Yeah.
One or two more passes I should have.
Yeah, about 2 more passes should
think
have
so.
it. I think the other blade, I was looking at it, I don't think you're going to have the same problem on this blade. Well, this other blade wasn't sharpened by them. This other blade has the serrations on it. And I think we're going to go ahead and sharpen the serrated side.
Okay.
Just get it to cut. I know one company that does a lot of mail order groomer shears.
Yeah.
That they just take the serration off all the shears. And the serration could be on there because these are lower quality steel and it'll hold the edge better.
Right.
So we may want to do the serrated side with a little bit of we'll do a scratch test on it, but it might be a blunter angle, and we might do maybe the 240 grit and leave it rough. See how that works.
Okay.
You haven't got it yet?
Not yet. But again, I can still see that it flares out at the end.
And you still want to start it at the other, all the way at the other, at the neck of the shear, so that you've got a consistent angle. So.
Yes, I can see it's still flaring out.
Can you
right
slant the blade down just a little bit more in the clamp? Sometimes that's...
Look who I found.
What'd you find? That's Ricky! Oh, there he is. There's Ricky. Ricky has had a rough month of it, haven't you?
Hold up your hand.
Hold up your hand. So he's not going to be sharpening, I don't think.
Not today.
Man. So what happened to you, Ricky?
I got hit by a baseball when I was swinging.
Inside fastball.
Yeah.
And then smile. What was the other thing that happened to
No,
you?
we don't want to do that. Leave him alone. Stop it. He's got to look good for prom.
Oh, you might need a new sport. It says football, but I think you were safer with football, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
So, Ricky, you may want to come and watch this because we got in 3 shears that another sharpener is having problems with. And this is Jeff. Jeff, this is Ricky. Don't shake his hand. And we're just doing normal sharpening and hoping this fixes them. So if you want to come watch, we're sort of
I'm gonna show him
videotaping
something
this.
else first, and he can come.
Okay, yeah, whenever. We're gonna see. I normally would never advise taking serration off, but we just got to get these to cut because this sharpener, the groomer gave her a really low ratings on Google, which isn't.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly, but we're getting there.
Does that help slanting it down a little bit more in the clamp?
I think so.
Yeah, it's amazing how that will work sometimes in getting the burr at the tip. Like I said, I had an engineer explain to me why it works. I'm sure somebody watching this video will explain to me and put it in the comments. Not there yet. I can still see red.
Yeah, it's just that 1/16 of an inch.
Ah, that wasn't good.
That wasn't good. That was my fault.
If you don't have it this time, I'm going to show you an idea.
Okay. Like I said, I can still see it curves out.
Do you have it now or not?
I don't think so. No, I'm still at that little bit.
Okay, so pull this off, and I'm going to show you how I would do it a little differently.
Okay.
Because I can't pull that off with my arthritic
Okay.
hands. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 concentric circles here.
Okay.
I'm going to concentrate on the middle of those things. Right here, just kind of hold it here.
Okay.
See?
Yep.
That keeps me from hitting back there.
Right.
And then after you get it, then you can bring it all the way across.
Got it.
And you might need to spray some water
gonna-
on it. Getting hot?
No, actually, not
No?
bad.
Okay.
Not bad. I guess that was one
I was
thing
a little
worried
concerned about that,
before,
yeah. But if you think about being in that area, that keeps it from getting wavy.
Right.
But you do need to be careful that it doesn't overheat.
Yep. We're good.
Because it will turn blue.
Yeah, we are.
That's gotta
That's
get it.
got to be. Look at that.
You got it?
Yep. So let's.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it doesn't dip now.
Does it dip?
It's a lot more pointy. My concern is, did we take the rod line off? And we might have to go back and work that rod. We might have to go back and work that rod line
Maybe.
afterwards. But it is. You got that? Okay.
All right. Let me do one pass to smooth everything out and.
No. Let's
No?
leave it here. Let's leave it here.
Okay.
A little bit, maybe a little bit bitey might make it work better. We can always go back later and make it more polished. Let's go ahead and do the serrated blade.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, we're kind of experimenting here a little bit here. No, let me go get you a 240 grit. Let's go for broke on it.
All right.
You can do a scratch test with this if you want to, just to see where we are.
Okay.
And I'll be right back with a 240, and
Okay.
you need a 240 and a 180. You never know.
Right.
You never know. That's really, really coarse. I guess so. And you know what? If you do it lightly, you might be able to leave that serration on and
Okay.
just pull up a burr.
All right.
Let's see.
We can try that.
Maybe we won't need the 240. It's a 220 grit.
All right.
I'm thinking we're going to have to go blunter than the 40, but we'll see what that looks like. Is that pulling up any burr at all? Let's pop it down to 35.
Okay.
See if we can pull up a little bit of a burr. Nobody's watching you now on the video because they're all worried about poor little Ricky.
I know, right?
Everybody loves Ricky. I think I would tilt
Tilt
it
it,
down
yep,
a little bit,
that's-
slant it. Now, that line needs to be at the
Yep,
edge,
yep,
right?
yep.
Not the
Yep.
not that line there.
Yep.
Okay, you saw it.
I did. Oh yeah. We got a burr.
Okay, let's see if we got a burr without taking the serration off. Yes, you got a burr all the way down, and you didn't remove the serration.
Correct.
So I think that might fix it. We'll see.
Okay.
So we've removed the inside burr. Had to reestablish the ride line a little bit on the tip. And we're doing like a kiss technique where he's just going to remove any outside micro burrs. And I'm thinking that might be what was missing on those on the spinning shears. Oh, you're back at 35?
Back at 35.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Nope, that was not good.
I'm
This one was
glad
35.
you caught it before. Well, you know what? You can leave it here
Okay.
and just move this up.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah. I
loosen that so you don't have to readjust everything. So just move it on up to 40.
40.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, no, this is the 35-degree one.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
never mind. You were doing it
I was doing it
perfectly right all along, and you knew you were. You were absolutely certain you were doing it right.
No, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, I just loosened this up. You
Okay.
just need to tighten it back or
Yeah.
rock it down.
All right.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good if you had done 35
Right.
on the 40
On the 40
degree side.
I know, right? Okay. Just a little kiss here.
Just pull it all the
Just
way
pull it through?
across.
Okay.
Just gently pull it all the way across.
There.
So we're actually feeling for the burr on the outside now.
Okay.
Seeing if you left any burr on the outside or feels good.
No, that feels good. Oh, hold on. One finger, sorry.
Okay.
Force a habit. No,
I know.
that feels fine.
All right. So now this one's 40 degrees.
That was just 40, yes.
So you've got them reassembled.
You got it reassembled, yep.
And let's do your first cut on the paper towel. What are you doing?
Why don't you do that, because my finger just...
This goes here. Those fingers go there. See? Pinky goes here.
Yep.
And we're actually going to cut. We're not testing it. You might want to cut a little bit more. Ugh. I had to force it to get beyond there.
Oh, okay.
But let's see how they cut. Check the adjustment.
Maybe a little tight, maybe?
I think they feel okay. They cut dry. I think we're still going to have a problem. See? Didn't fix it. I didn't think it'd be that easy. So where does it stop cutting? Huh? Well, I did better, whatever I just did. Let's go with the nail buffer. Magic nail buffer. And we'll go to the fur afterwards and see. No, it's not cutting from right there down. Let's try this. Tension edge alignment. So tension's right, the edge is right. I'm just going to plop this on here. So if you look down at the blades, it's almost like I can see a curvature on this one. This one looks more straight. See if you see what I'm talking about. Without even putting them on the alignment bar.
I'm not playing with Ricky.
Not gonna play with Ricky?
No, that doesn't sound.
Might get hurt.
Doesn't it look like one is more straight than the other?
Yeah, if you look at it, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely this one looks like it's curved more.
Yeah, and this one looks more
Just
straight?
More straight, yep.
All right, so that's the one I'm going to work on. All right, let me videotape this. Make sure you're wearing glasses or whatever, because these things can break. So it's quit cutting right about here. So I'm going to kind of then do a little bend in here. And also I'm bending, but it's a little bit of a twisting so that I'm twisting that blade toward this blade. Man, these are hard things. I don't feel I'm budging at all. I don't think I did anything to them. I didn't feel it move. No, I didn't do anything to them. It's this serrated blade is the one that's not. I'm using all my strength. Yeah, but I'm not a very strong person. See if I made any difference. Cut a little further down or
A little
not?
bit more.
So now I want to bend it right about there. You want to try some?
Okay.
Hope we don't break it. Yeah, you're bending right before you get to the part where it doesn't cut. Yeah, and that's the right thing to do is move it a little bit so you're not exactly at the same spot,
Right.
you know. Ooh!
Ooh!
Woo! Woo!
Still,
We can fix that tip. Don't worry about
Yep.
that tip. We can fix that tip. Woo! Let's see how it cuts the little bit of fur here. Here, I'll let you hold it.
Yeah, because, yeah. Look at that. Nice. That's it. Just at the very tip. That's it. Other than
Okay.
that, it's wonderful.
And we left the serrations. Okay, so how much of the tip is not cutting?
Just the very. She's about to
All
last.
right. Do you
little
want
bit.
to try to bend it right like there a little bit? Hope it doesn't break. You can use one of the other slots. Just. And is that the serrated side? The side we decided was the.
That's the straight side, yeah.
Okay, that was the side we decided. How close is it now?
It is from about the hair more than 16th.
Okay. At this point, still not good, is it?
No.
So we can't shorten it that much. But we definitely got it closer, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to keep bending? And keep bending and testing? I think you want to be, let me see.
Yeah.
You want to be tilting this way, I think, as you're bending
Yes.
it, so that you're bending that blade that
right.
way.
Sorry, yep, you're right.
Yeah. And we can always try the tip on the other side, too.
Mhm.
Make it work better or worse? Now it's worse, isn't it?
That's worse.
Maybe you were bending the right way.
No, because I have to bend the tip this way,
Yeah,
which means I have to do it like this.
yeah. Want to bend it in and twist it
Yep.
in, so it's a kind of a How close is it now?
It's not. Trying to put any side pressure on it.
Why don't you try? Why don't you bend the other blade
Other
now?
side, yep. All right.
And I keep waiting to hear that little ping.
Shh, no ping.
No ping.
No ping.
No ping. And to me, this is easier to do this bending with the scissors together so you can test them than just working with the alignment bar. How close is it?
Again, it's
It's still like a quarter of an
still
inch.
that last. That last quarter, maybe.
Yeah. And you're doing a much better job than me. I mean, I just,
Yeah, let me let you talk to my wife. She's getting her.
Yeah, the problem is it's.
Hey, Bonnie,
okay, what?
Jaguar problem.
It's that last quarter inch.
All right. So while I was on the phone, Jeff kept working on these, and now it cuts except for the tippy tip tip. If you turn it this way, it doesn't cut, but if you come in straight, it does. Isn't that weird? Is this the one she said certain ways you turn it, it doesn't cut well? Last inch and a half of it pulls hair. Well, at least we got it down to a lot less than half an inch. So,
So if it says WL first, that's white line, so it's in a white box. So then you're looking for the
so certain ways you turn it, certain ways it. See, if I turn it this way, it pulls like a half an inch. If I come in straight,
silver SL and GL.
it's only pulling here. So do you see that fuzz?
Yep.
I want to keep that fuzz on there and shorten it that much so that fuzz goes away.
Okay.
Does the fuzz go flying yet? Still there.
Still there. Yep.
Yeah. I usually go in toward the center because this is fresher paper.
Oh, okay.
See, back here.
Okay.
Okay, here's some more for. Let's see what we're looking at. That's pretty good, but then a little bit,
Still a little bit.
yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to? Let's get rid of that.
Okay. I wasn't pressing too much. I don't
Yeah,
want to
let's-
remove too much.
Huh?
I don't want to remove too much too
Nah,
soon. So.
no.
Okay.
I mean, it's at the tip.
All right.
So throw that on there. Let's get that tip taken off.
Okay.
You can hear difference in the sound.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can sometimes create a burr doing that, so you want to be careful. Maybe cut the tip on the paper towel before we test it. That's probably got it now.
Probably.
Do a little snip on just the tip
Yep.
of the paper towel, and then let's just test it on this. see. Certain ways it's flipping, and then certain ways it's cutting.
Right.
Look at that.
Yep.
See it? It flips there. Let me try something over here. Go for broke. Alright, so this was 35 before, right? Loosen that for me.
Yes, ma'am. There you go.
Alright. I'm doing this so if it messes it up, I've done it and you haven't messed it up, okay? Sometimes just go in and do something really coarse. And this is the 220 grit. Man, can you smell it? You don't smell that?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can smell that ozone or heating up thing. So I haven't taken it apart. I'm just here. It's kind of hard with this thing. I got a big old honking burr. Big old honking burr. And I'm not going to smooth it out any smoother.
Nope. Cut the burr off and see what happens.
I'm going to cut this burr off. Well, I don't think that's going to fix it. Well, it might. You never know.
Outstanding.
Alright, this goes back to sometimes... I think people get tired of hearing me say less is more, especially when it comes to these dog grooming scissors. So all I did was went on that serrated side, took the serration off, did this, 35 degrees?
Yep.
And left it rough. And it pulled a little bit that time.
Much better than what it was.
I'm going to say that's done. Woo! I've made a mess of myself. Yeah, look at this. I have to blow it all off and get to something other. Okay, so let's call this one done.
Sounds good. Yellow ones.
Let's do this other one.
Yep.
And we're going to do the same thing. Let's do the same exact thing. Let's do a beveled edge, and this side, the serrated side, do 35 on the coarser thing. So I'm going to leave that to you, and then I'll come back and check it, okay? And then we're going to do this one. And this is a shark fin.
Okay.
And I think this is convex. So we'll after you finish that one, we'll do this one. But we're going to call this one done.
Yep. So 35 on here.
On the serrated side.
And 40 on this one.
Yeah, 40 on that one. And work the rod line. Hey y'all, I hope you're staying sharp. This is Bonnie McGowan, your red-headed sharpener here. And if you like this video, I try to post something every Monday. So make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you'd like to see more videos like this. If you're looking for the tools I used in this video, there's some product links and things in the description, and also you can go to the website www.bonika.com. If you've got questions or you want to connect with me personally, you can always put a comment below, but I've got a lot more links in the description below that will show you how to get in touch with me. I teach in person and online, as well as, of course, these YouTube videos. And let's connect, let's learn more about sharpening together.